do love it when someone gives you a phone and says, you know what, can you record my set? And that person sits there, thinks, oh, I paid money to come here. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to record that guy's set. He's not paying me. I'm not going to get really serious about it. I'm just going to go, oh, I've got to get the angles. So should I go in or out? And say, oh, hang on, a lemon's just come in flying. What do I do? And then I organise a lineup and I think, oh, I'll get Shard, she's a fantastic comedian, I'll get her on. And I thought, who would have thought I would have had 2 epileptics in a row? Who plans this stuff? I mean, you'd think there was some sort of level of planning to it, but that clearly wasn't. Anyway, how are you? I don't care. It's horrible when someone interrupts you, isn't it? Horrible when someone interrupts you. But you know, when you go on Google, we don't seem to have a problem with Google interrupting us, do we? Google giving its suggestions. Well, I do have a problem with Google interrupting me. I typed into Google, I said, how do you? And immediately Google gave me some suggestions. It said, how do you live, breathe, smile? I thought, no Google, stop interrupting me. I haven't finished my sentence. I said, how do you get? And it started interrupting me again. Google felt it was necessary. A bruise, hiccups, a new set of teeth. I thought, what is this algorithm, Google? Stop interrupting me. I don't like it. Carried on. How do you get rid of... And it came back. It said, AI on Snapchat, mould, a double chin without surgery. I thought, no, Google, you have misunderstood the assignment. I want to know, how do I get rid of my kids? Google had 8 pieces of advice. Lots of advice, none of which were helpful, because they were about how to deal with my kids, not get rid of them. Any of you believe in reincarnation? Well, I don't. Because 3 years ago, I had a cardiac arrest, which effectively means I died. And I came back as me. There's no way I'd do that. I'd come back as someone else. Like you. Or maybe, no, not you, sir. Or a mutated spider or a mutated fly, but there's this, no way. And after I came out of hospital, people would come up to me and they'd go, oh, I'm glad you didn't die. And I thought, you're glad? Imagine how I feel and how inconvenient it would be for my family. They'd have no one to put out the bins or do the cleaning. It'd be shocking. And I'd be known as the late aunt. And I'd think, oh, late aunt. I've never shown any hidden talent or any talent at all. But we do that, don't we? We say late. And it annoys me because I'm not late to things. I'm on time, I'm early. But they always go, oh, he left too early. But then they're saying, he's late. It's confusing, isn't it? But we all know that it's just a euphemism to soften the language, isn't it? A bit like putting a cushion under the blade of a guillotine. Well, I feel that one should have got a better laugh, to be honest, but that's okay. One person there's still processing that, thinking, oh, 1812, the last time the guillotine was used. But you know, if they call me dead ant, it doesn't feel as nice, does it? And people start reminding themselves of a 1980s film with a Pink Panther in, don't they? So it's just the late ant, isn't it? Late ant. It's like terrible. But when you get up to heaven, what happens? And you know, you get met by an angelic being, don't you? It's like, I'm proving I'm a man of faith there. And the angelic being looks at their watch, if they wore a watch, which they won't because they live outside of time. Get with it. He looks at his watch that isn't there and goes, oh, you're about 10 years early, aren't you? You're about 10 years early. We're sending you back. And I know that some people were disappointed and thinking you might not have died in life, but you're dying on stage right now. Oh no, that's what they're thinking. It's like, oh, he's doing that bit where he's dissecting the word, you know, dead, and he's dissecting the word, you know, late, That's what he's doing there. Now he's dissecting us, dissecting him, dissecting the word late and dead. And we're in this perpetual circle now where he's telling us he knows that we know that he's talking about late and death. And while we're doing that, death sneaks in, unaware and uninvited, and takes a seat because he's been waiting outside like a Uber driver, double parked, thinking, flipping it, they're late again. And then you go to a funeral, don't you? How weird is that? How horrible is it that they call it awake? The person is dead. They're not awake. If anything, they're asleep permanently. And then people start doing a eulogy about them, don't they? They start doing a eulogy about the person. And I can imagine they'll be saying all sorts of nice things about me. They go, oh, he's a lovely fellow, but not funny, but just a lovely fellow. And then just while in the middle of that, you'd be thinking to yourself, oh, what a lovely fellow he is. And all of a sudden, they go, oh, do you remember that time when he reversed into a lamppost and got irritated and blamed Google Maps? And do you remember that time he got irritated with Google interrupting him? And all of a sudden it would go from a eulogy at a funeral to a bad performance at an open mic set. And it would have gone on far too long, and everything would have been too long, and it would have been really annoying and frustrating for the next comedian because he'd look at me and go, you've made me late. Thanks very much, I've been Matt Mexi.